Immortality has long captivated the human imagination, with countless people on a quest to unlock the secret to eternal life. But what if I told you that some of our animal companions have already cracked the code? Today, we're diving into the world of 10 incredible animals that can live after death. Number 10. Cockroaches. It might seem fitting that cockroaches make this list of survival experts. Renowned for their resilience, these tiny creatures are often touted as potential survivors of a nuclear apocalypse. And guess what? Some claim they could even live without their heads. While it's true that cockroaches don't fare well in decapitation long-term, they do have an incredible ability to survive without a head for up to 2 weeks. Why? For starters, cockroaches don't have a traditional circulatory system like humans. Instead of blood pumping through veins, they have an open circulatory system with minimal blood pressure. So, when a cockroach loses its head, the wound closes up quickly due to clotting. Additionally, while humans rely on their heads for vital functions like eating and breathing, cockroaches breathe through tiny holes called spiracles all over their bodies. They might eventually starve to death without their heads, but they can hang on for quite a while. Number 9. Bees. It might sound strange to include bees on this list, given that they die after stinging, but there's a twist. Even after a bee is dead, its sting can still pose a risk. Here's why. When a bee stings, it leaves behind a barbed stinger embedded in its victim's skin. Attached to the stinger is a venom gland and a tiny muscle that continues to pump venom even after the bee's demise. This process is controlled by the bee's involuntary nerve impulses, not its brain. So, if you think you're safe picking up a dead bee, think again. Those stingers can still deliver a nasty surprise. 8. Chicken. You might have heard the saying, running around like a headless chicken, but did you know there's actually some truth to it? Ask any farmer, and they'll tell you that chickens can, indeed, run around without their heads. It sounds like something out of a horror movie, but it's not because chickens have turned into zombies. The real culprit here is human error, specifically, butcher's error. Here's why. A chicken's central nervous system is wired differently from ours. When a butcher chops off a chicken's head, they might cut too high, leaving the brainstem and cerebellum largely intact. These parts of the brain are responsible for basic bodily functions. If the jugular is missed, the chicken might still move and even breathe, although it will eventually starve. Remarkably, there's even a famous case of a chicken that survived for 18 months without its head. 7. Octopus. Octopuses are the Houdinis of the animal world, and their arms have a unique trick up their sleeves. You've probably seen videos of octopus limbs wriggling even after the creature has been chopped up. In some cultures, eating fresh octopus is considered a delicacy, though it can be a dangerous one. It's not the whole octopus that keeps moving, but its 8 cunning arms. The reason behind this is astonishing. Most of an octopus's nerve cells, about 2/3, are located in its tentacles, not its brain. This means the arms can keep reacting to stimuli even after being severed from the main body. Researchers at St. George's University in London have studied this phenomenon extensively. After euthanizing octopuses and chilling their arms in seawater, they found that the limbs continued to react to various stimuli. Suspended arms recoiled from unpleasant sensations by curling up, while horizontal arms bent away from the stimuli. These eerie movements can persist for up to a week after the octopus has died. Number 6. Salamanders. If you're compiling a list of creatures that seem to defy the odds of life and death, you can't overlook the salamander. This remarkable amphibian has long been a symbol of longevity and even immortality. Its legendary regenerative abilities are so extraordinary that they've inspired myths and magical beliefs, with some considering its powers almost supernatural. Salamanders possess the rare gift of regrowing any lost body part, and astonishingly, these new limbs often work as well as, if not better than, the originals. The secret lies in a unique protein that promotes cell replication, which, while present in humans too, is much less abundant. Although we're not yet on the brink of regenerating entire limbs ourselves, scientists are keenly studying salamanders to unlock the potential of this protein for future medical advancements. Number 5. Frogs. Frogs have a peculiar talent that may surprise you. They can keep moving even when their brains are absent. In a fascinating experiment by 19th-century neurologist David Ferrier, scientists discovered that a frog without a brain still exhibits surprisingly frog-like behavior. Despite lacking cognitive function, these brainless frogs can right themselves if flipped over, hop away if their feet are pinched, swim if placed in water, and even croak if stroked. This phenomenon is due to the frog's reflex reactions, where electrical impulses automatically trigger muscle movements. So, even in the absence of a brain, frogs can perform an impressive array of actions, showcasing the complex interplay between instinct and neurology. Number 4. Flies. You might have seen David Blaine make dead flies come back to life, but it's not magic, it's science. Flies have an impressive ability to survive freezing temperatures by slipping into a kind of suspended animation. What David Blaine is actually doing is gently warming up the frozen fly with his own body heat. Once the fly thaws out, it zips away as if nothing happened. But that's not the fly's most mind-blowing trait. Here's the kicker. Female flies can live for days after being decapitated. Despite their missing heads, they maintain an upright stance and can still engage in behaviors like flying, walking, and even preening. Amazingly, male flies will court these decapitated females. It's almost as if their romantic pursuits are just as bizarre as their post-beheading resilience. Number 3. Turtles. Turtles are truly the ultimate survivors. Most animals, from fish to mammals, have pacemaker cells in their hearts to keep them beating if brain signals are disrupted. But turtles? They redefine resilience. These creatures can survive without oxygen for extraordinary periods. Up to 5,000 hours for a loggerhead musk turtle. How do they pull this off? They can absorb oxygen through their skin, throat, and even their rear end. Their bodies are also incredible at producing energy without oxygen. Essentially, their hearts have a built-in reserve of fuel and they don't quit until every last bit is used up. Number 2. Snake. When confronted by a highly venomous snake, people typically fall into one of 3 reactions: fleeing in terror, freezing in place, or frantically trying to kill it with fire, or at least chopping off its head. While decapitating a snake might seem like a surefire way to avoid a bite, the reality is far scarier. Even after its head is severed, a snake's head retains its deadly venom and can still strike with surprising effectiveness. The venomous fangs and poison sacs are still very much active, capable of delivering a fatal bite. Additionally, snakes have heat-sensitive pits on either side of their face that detect the body heat of potential threats. These sensors can detect warmth for hours after the snake has died, meaning a decapitated snake could potentially launch a zombie-like defense if you're close enough. Yes, even if the head is no longer attached, it can still pose a serious threat. Before we dive into the next fascinating fact, here's a quick challenge. If you like this video and subscribe in the next 5 seconds, you might just get 10 years of incredible luck. Give it a shot, it really works. 1. Flatworm. Ever heard the old tale about cutting an earthworm in half and magically getting 2 worms? Well, that's just a myth for earthworms. But replace earthworms with flatworms and the story becomes chillingly real. Flatworms, or planarians, are regeneration experts. Slice one in half, and the head grows a tail, while the tail grows a new head. Chop one into 20 pieces, and you get 20 new worms, each a perfect replica of the original. Researchers at Nottingham University have exploited this incredible ability, creating a colony of over 20,000 identical worms from a single original. Remarkably, these worms don't seem to age, suggesting that, barring disease or infection, a single worm could potentially live forever. Which deathless creature fascinates you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to check out more timeless videos on the screen and have an awesome weekend.